Back in our Media Day coverage here from Washington, D.C., you see some of the big games coming up for the Huskers in the non-conference, including the always heated showdown with Creighton, which we will have on BTN. They head to Lawrence to take on Kansas. So certainly some tests for Nebraska before they get into conference play. And as promised, we have one of the guards for Nebraska, Tai Webster, with us now. And Tai, interesting change for you this year. I mean, you go from a player who has been a complimentary player your first couple of years. Now you're the only returning double-figure scorer on this team from average last year. So how does that change your role and your mentality?
It's definitely a new role and mentality I have to take on from the leadership standpoint. But I'm enjoying it a lot, and it's a challenge. But I got a great support staff behind me, and Coach Miles and the rest of the coaches, and they've bestowed a lot of trust in me and faith, and I'm ready for the challenge.
How about when you're around your teammates? Are you different now? Do you comport yourself differently than you have in the past?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I've noticed like a lot. Coach Miles really pointed it out that my mood really determines how we're going to practice. I have a lot of influence in the locker room and whatnot, and I got to be really conscious of how body language and stuff like that, which is new to me, really. I never really had to pay attention to stuff like that, and it's tough, but I'm enjoying it.
Now, Tai, is that something that you take home with you more so than the way you may have played last year, where you're able to come out, be a little more free-flowing? Well, now there's a leadership role that you have to step into, so even going home, there are things on your mind that you have to carry yourself a certain way. Is that an added pressure for you this season?
I wouldn't say it's a pressure, but it's definitely something that's in the back of my mind, just trying to focus on just doing the little things right, and just showing the younger guys the right way to do things, and just using my platform to show them that the way things need to be done, and how Coach Miles wants it done.
Now, this time of year, and we kind of joked about it in the open, everybody's optimistic. Everybody feels good. Everybody has, right now there's not too many injuries. But what is the expectation for you guys? I mean, obviously you could be a middle-of-the-pack type of team, make an NCAA tournament, but what does it take to get there? I
think the big thing for us is to get back to that defensive team we once were. I think we've replaced a lot of spots with great defenders, and I think we're going to do well. I think we need to focus on defense, and the rest will just come along with it.
Now, you're the best scorer on the team, but you're also probably the best defender. What do you think your leadership role is more important as, a leader on the defensive end or setting the tone offensively?
I think it comes with a good balance, but obviously the defensive end is our main priority. But of course the scoring's important, but the defense kind of sets the tone for the whole group. If we're really getting after it on defense, I think offensively it's easier for everyone else to get into it.
Tai, you had a really good summer with the New Zealand Olympic team in qualifying. How does that translate from you? We've been talking for years about how well you've played internationally. How do you get that to translate into playing really well in the Big Ten?
It's a transition that I haven't quite mastered yet, and I'm still working at it, obviously. But I think it's just taking those experiences that I've learned, playing against professionals and stuff like that, and transferring it over to college, and just sticking at it, sticking with the process, and just going after it every day.
Well, Tai Webster, really good to talk to you here. Enjoy the rest of your trip to Washington, and we look forward to watching the Huskers play this year.
Thank you.
Nebraska guard Tai Webster with us here as our Media Day coverage continues.